What's up everybody? This is going to be Essentials video number 5, going over our last movement patterns. So again, this is more upper body movement patterns and we're going to go over pull variations. So we went over push and press. Now we're going to go over the 2 pull patterns. So for our 2 pull patterns, the first one that we have is the horizontal pull. So we're going to bring our pattern from video 3, the hinge position, into this. Because this is where we really emphasize keeping that hinge position while we have a horizontal pull. So again, you can use a broomstick, a dowel, just to get these movements in. And then once you're comfortable and got this movement pattern dialed, you can start loading it with heavier weight. But always make sure you got the movement pattern dialed before we start loading it, right? So for the horizontal pull, we are going to start in that hinge pattern. So hips drive back, I keep that spine neutral, right? And I'm in this position right here. So similar to that hinge, right? My lower body is engaged. Now from here, we're gonna go horizontal pull. So my shoulders are already set down and back. Now I think about bringing the dowel, the broomstick, all the way to the bottom of my ribs while squeezing my shoulder blades tight and keeping the elbows relatively tight to the body. Again, you can kind of see at this angle, my elbows aren't flared out, elbows are tight, and I'm squeezing those shoulder blades. So we're right here, squeezing those shoulder blades, keeping the spine neutral. Right? That is going to be our horizontal pull. So shoulder blades are down and back, and I'm really emphasizing holding that hinge pattern while I'm squeezing those shoulder blades tight together. And you've noticed there's a common theme, right? We're always setting the shoulder blades first in our upper body movement. So now we're going to go into the vertical pull and go over that movement pattern. Now that we've gone over our horizontal pull pattern, we're going to go over our vertical pull pattern. So similar to all the upper body movements we've done, we want to set our shoulder blades first. That is the first key. So a vertical pull that all of us are familiar with is the pull-up. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate right here. For a normal pull-up, we just go hands wide, hands forward, and again. So the first movement we're going to do is set the shoulder blades down and back. That's called a scap J, and it's emphasizing setting that shoulder blade in the proper position. So the first initial thing we do is set the shoulder blades in our vertical pull. So we're going to set the shoulder blades down and back, and then we pull all the way up. Right? So that's that first movement, is setting those shoulder blades. All the way down, shoulders disengaged, then we roll it into position. So that is going to be our first really critical movement. And we work on those too. Those are called, again, scap J's. That's really emphasizing setting that shoulder blade from our disengaged shoulder. Now when I say disengaged shoulder, that just means our shoulder is fully rolled out. And we want to set it back in, down and back, and then pull rather than just pulling up violently, right? We always want to set the shoulder blades and go through these movement patterns properly. So that's going to be the biggest thing on our vertical pulls, is setting those shoulder blades down and back and then pulling, keeping everything in a vertical line all together. So that is going to be both the horizontal pull and our vertical pull movement pattern. And again, there's a bunch of different cues and things we can work on in these movement patterns, but these essential videos are just going over the basics, showing you guys what the movements look like and how to get into position. And again, all these movements are different for everybody, so it's good to play around and see what works best for your body and get after it. So that is going to be the end of our essential movements videos, and thank you for tuning in, and let's keep getting after it.